morning, and welcome to the Senate County Board of Commissioner budget hearing. Today's Wednesday, it's September 24th, 10:30 a.m. We are in the board office. We have 4 scheduled appointments today for this budget hearing. And first on the agenda, we have County Auditor Julie Atkins.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Julie. Thank you for coming.
Chief Deputy Tasha Frankert will be joining us. She was just finishing up a
Okay.
project.
Good. So we have your budget in front of us, all of us. Barb, would you like to, we turn it over to you, Julie, maybe?
Yeah, I think, and she can just
Kind of
explain.
go down.
Yeah. Some of the questions are probably gonna be based off of your contract service line, your software licensing, your leases, things like that.
So we want to talk about general fund, is that correct?
Yes,
Or-
and we
That's-
will only have to discuss general
Okay,
fund.
all right, perfect. So all of the elected officials' salaries, of course, are by statute. So I believe we shared a list with you
Yep.
of what the cap looks like for folks for 26 salaries, and also 26 is going to be the 27th pay. I'm sure you've had that conversation, which historically, and I'm sure you're going to adopt it this way for next year's budget as well, you adopt the initial budget, and then you do a sub-app for the 27th pay.
That's the
Historically
way the
is how
auditor
they've
wants
done
us
it.
to do it.
That's how the commissioners have approached it in the past.
I don't know, we've never did it before.
Yeah, that way then.
Yeah, this group has
This
never
board
done it,
never done it
So
before, yeah.
historically, that's how it's happened. That
Okay.
way then, because 27 pay, you're gonna include more salary line funds and the Medicare and OPERS. That way then, the first budget you pass is the actual snapshot of what they're getting, because you don't want them coming in 2027 and saying, I got more money.
Well, and with the establishment of the 1901 Employee Liability Fund, that we can use for the 27th pay.
That's at your discretion.
So
Yeah.
that, the resolution states that it can be used that way, so. I guess
So
that's how
we
we'll
will take
determine
that under advisement, right? Okay, good.
All right, so employees, as requested, does not reflect any increase in that line. Sewer district admin, we just kept it the same as this year, which is, what do we get, 20%, I think, on that? No, it's 8%.
8%.
Sorry. 20% is revolving loan.
Did you do a
which-
true up at the end of the year, kind of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
At some
remember what
point.
that looked like last year, but that is the goal.
And that's
Yeah.
on received,
Receipts,
receipts.
correct.
Okay.
Mhm. And it's, when we do that, we charge it per facility or per hub.
Right.
So that way you know the actual costs of what New Riggle, for instance,
Sure.
incurred for administrative fees.
So, since we're in budget, are we, so the 5 sewer districts, next year, I think they get an automatic 3% increase
I believe that's
unless
correct.
you and/or Mark or come to us and say they don't need it. Is that kind of how we're going to do that?
But we look at Mark's direction
Okay.
as to what is needed, and I know he's had a lot of expenses. Tasha could probably talk more to that for New Riggle, just the typical maintenance
Their
type
stuff.
items, yeah.
Okay.
I know he is, if I could, he's reviewing 24, 23, 2 of the businesses out there, I think, and I can't remember the exact language he asked us to put in with their billing. I think he's got to look at it due to something failing, or like at that point, it's maybe 5 years and it's got to be reviewed, so.
There's a few moving parts there.
yeah.
Morning.
Yeah.
Hey, Tasha, welcome. So I think with the sewer line, the sewer district, we're ultimately responsible for it. We really appreciate you taking it over. We really don't have any communication throughout the year. It's just kind of an autopilot, right? You do all the billing, and so maybe that's a question for Mark. He's coming in for tax map. Maybe we have him.
Yeah,
just
if
give
he
us a
wants to
sewer
do a
update.
presentation, or if any
Just so we
time you want
know
a
what's-
joint for the
yeah.
public.
It's not really a general fund budget, but it's
you're responsible
part of our
for it.
responsibility. And you and him are the ones kind of,
Yeah, it's been great working with them, and
yeah.
we
Great.
typically question before we pay a bill, unless it's a standard monthly recurring bill, but Tasha can talk to that because you've pretty much been the.
Are you talking about regular bills or sewer bills?
Just
Sewer.
sewer.
Like the sewer bills to the employees?
To
Or to
the five
to the
districts.
to
No, the invoices that we get for the maintenance of the.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
users, right?
Yes, I
The
send,
users.
I send every bill to him that comes
Now,
through.
the bills
See,
that need to get paid, yeah, go to him.
I mean, I pay all the bills, but I send him a copy of everything,
Yeah.
so he
Yeah,
knows
so
what
he's
they are.
definitely
So that he knows what's
involved.
going on, and yeah, I
he's
think
on.
there's a little hiccup before.
Well,
it got
there was,
changed.
he
Yeah.
drifted on that a little bit.
We'll just need to get him trained for the utility billing software in case he wants to dive into looking at anything. I'm thinking he just wants a high-level look at reporting,
Sure.
not as a user.
Yeah, you both of you are doing a great job, and we just, it's good. Just wanted
They
to
do a great
periodically.
job.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're just kind of
That's all I
going
have there.
through it. Supplies, the same. That's typically where it makes up of just the consumables that are used in an office, envelopes, that kind of thing, on a yearly basis. Ink, since we're on the computer age, you know, we haven't had to ask for a typewriter to be replaced in years. I think we gave away our last typewriter.
I was probably the last one to use it.
Probably.
What was the last thing you
So-
gave away, by the way? Something I kind of chuckled at. You had two something,
Oh, we had,
Card readers?
credit card readers.
credit card readers.
Yes, treasurers took all of them.
They were,
Yeah.
they came
Like
over
credit
from the
card
sewer
readers.
district. I'm like, we
Yeah.
don't, we got a different
Okay,
method now,
yeah.
so. So good. Okay, so moving along, equipment we don't have other than 500. And remind me, Tasha, why I was thinking we might need that.
I don't know that we don't know that we do.
And we didn't utilize any this year.
Honest answer.
I think I'm always concerned with the shredder that it's fairly new within the past 4 years, but it got used heavily these past 2 years, that would be a big ticket item.
If you
and we
needed
would
one,
need to
you'd come
replace
in,
it.
and could you just come in and ask, say, my shredder went down?
Mhm.
Would that be,
That would be
help
fair.
us find a couple bucks.
That would be fair.
Yeah, because
Yeah, all
the
you do is just come in and.
equipment line
fix
is
your
supposed to be
shredder.
5,000 and above
Yeah,
anyhow, so.
I
yeah.
That's
hope
why
I
I said-
didn't mistypo something anyways,
Yeah.
but we can, if a need, we'll discuss later.
Okay.
Is that where you're
Or
at?
Just come
Yeah.
in and, yeah.
Okay. Nothing in contracts
Right.
repair, because the weights and measure vehicle is under maintenance. Contract services, $5,000. Basically, what that is, our consultant and the Atrix. Atrix is in lieu of doing the 1099 mailings, filings, preparation of the documents, W-2s for the employees, we're able to contract at a much, it's probably a net zero, what the
So when we
service
get
that
that
they
in the mail,
provide
it comes
versus the
back from them.
time to prepare these documents, uploading, and then they get forwarded to the state and the Fed accordingly to all the appropriate filing venues. So that is the 2,200. So that's at 4,900. Just did a little bit of rounding and kept it the same as what we were current for 25-year, just because we haven't heard of any increases in the contracts. Usually we don't hear until year end. Okay?
Yep.
So let's go to software licenses, services. That has an increase, and that is actual for what we know. And that consists of GoToMeeting, the financial software with SSI, Edge is our check writing software, Adobe for the documents, the enhanced PDF feature, and the backup system. So I want to kind of talk about that line for a minute if I could.
So that's up $3,800.
What's that?
That's up $3,800, right?
Yeah.
And those contracts, I mean, they just go up, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So you didn't add anything, it's just everything you have, this is what they're charging us, you, for 2026. Go ahead. That's-
SSI said they go up about 7% each year.
We should buy stock in that.
That's actually pretty cheap compared to what our real estate previously looked like.
Okay, and then Julie, go, I don't want it, but back up the line before that, the 27, I see the 27, but then you asked for 5. Am I missing something?
Are you on contract service? Is that where
Yeah.
you're at?
Yeah, no, work with me, I don't have my glasses like you do. So-
I came prepared.
I know.
Yeah, so like I said, that was the.
So that's $2,300, so what's that for?
That was actually, if you look over here, the same place you budgeted last year.
Yeah,
Matrix.
Yeah, this
That's
line
what
here
that
is gonna be
is.
the initial budget.
Yes, I got it.
the orange.
I
Is that
can't
where you're
prepare,
at?
but I don't
I'm
have any
orange,
to
sorry.
bring, that's my problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
This-
okay, Bill, let me just look here a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you don't know,
Yeah,
Right.
that's a little bit of a buffer for any potential increase that we haven't heard from the vendor yet.
okay,
And we won't know that until the end of the year typically.
the stuff's never gonna go
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. So, and that's the same as what, the amount that we've used for.
Just curious, do you
25
lock
right now.
in, do they just give you 1-year rates? Probably. They just- Yeah,
Most of them.
The only one that I think we can really, that I recall offhand doing a 3-year, which, for the preparation of the gap reporting, Julian and group, we can do a 3-year. And I think the 25 financials that they prepare next year is the last year of that contract. So we lock in with 3 years for them. And then my imagery flights have been a 3-year lock-in. But that's pretty much it.
Those two.
okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, can we talk about the software licenses, services there?
Yep.
I think that it's, thank you for doing the audit on the computers rent for the county in
Still working on it.
preparation of the cyber.
We can talk about it when we're done. I appreciate where you've gotten so far.
Yeah.
What you did was pretty spot on for
Okay.
the list. We got several other departments that got a lot of work to do.
It's a-
I'm actually
yeah.
doing most of it,
Gotcha.
so.
Gotcha. But as we all are getting educated on the new cybersecurity regulations, I wanted to take this opportunity to maybe talk about the county visiting going to the cloud for our financial software. The real estate is currently on the cloud and has been for a lot of years. Nothing is reflected in my budget concerning this. I've done a little bit more gathering of data. I know we had the opportunity for the financial vendor to come in and talk to the commissioners back in February, if you recall. And then he followed up with some information that I shared concerning the pros of going to the cloud. Pretty much the negative comments that people talk about are the cost of going to the cloud. But we did have the issue last year where the server went down and we were down for quite a few days. And the problem was that, and I'm not a techie, the problem was that the backups weren't reading. So they were having a challenge trying to work with the company to get the backup to read or to reinstate into it. So we were down for
It's like 3 days.
there was a weekend in there, so probably 3 business days. But if you go to the cloud environment, you wouldn't have that. If you recall Wood County, just this year, was it in May, I think, they got hit with a ransom. And they ended up paying, I forget what dollars they ended up paying. But they were in a situation where they had to go back, don't quote me, at least 6 months to rebuild data in their financial system due to whatever on their IT. And I know that they fired their IT person over it. But that was really a hiccup for them. And you know, of course, in the financial office, things have to keep moving, whether it's payroll or paying bills, reporting for IRS and the other taxes that we're required to do. I know Wood County, they had major problems concerning that. So, I just wanted to present that. And in talking to RCR and gathering of the data for the new cyber regs, I wanted to get an analysis of our current server. I knew some things, but I wanted to verify the information with them. RCR Jordan, the vice president, has been communicating with me. It is a 2016 standard Windows Server, which has support until January of 2027. So that'll have an end of life, basically a year out.
Just your standalone server?
Yes.
That's the one we're talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. So he said the release date of the processor indicates it is 8 years old. That could replace the host if deemed necessary. But it is fully capable of upgrade without, to do so, but the system itself is fully capable of upgrade without replacement if that's the direction. Regardless, we'll need to either replace the entire host or upgrade the operating system in the second half of '26. So that is an unexpected cost. So then I asked him about what are the thoughts about moving to the cloud. Figured they were gonna know from their world. Very doable, but the cost back to, as the conversations have been in the past. He said, I believe cloud hosting would be cost effective over time. My thoughts are based on my current knowledge of the environment without a full assessment. So I am confident in the move to the cloud, but he would have to look to make sure there's no other variable to take into account. So, you know, that's with our new IT vendor. If you recall, the quote to go to the cloud back in February, I think, when we talked, was a little over $23,000. They are going to honor that cost if we would move forward. In talking, we host a sandbox, which is the feature for folks to test different things. We wouldn't necessarily need that going forward. Also, the utility billing would be on the cloud as well. So looking at that, there's a cost of $750 for a setup. So the total would be a little over $20,000, $20,310. But the annual fee would be $19,560 if you take out the configuration one-time fee. Now, when we spoke about the software license service line, you know, right there is $2,100 for backup that we wouldn't need. That is already in our budget. This can be appropriated or billed amongst utility billing, could pay a portion of going to the cloud, which would help in the collaboration between the taxpayers on the web paying their bills and then getting the data into the system. It'll just enhance that. And then also REA could pay a portion of it due to the functions of what we do. I mean, REA, like I said, has been on the cloud for 10 plus years, probably closer to 15 actually. So the impact to general fund would be roughly $2,500. Like I said, taking the $2,100 backup off of that. So $7,600 roughly.
Didn't you just say $19,560 a year?
Mhm.
Okay, so I subtract $2,100 from that.
Mhm.
Then what else do I subtract from that?
Well, I took that amount and divided it by 3 for the utility billing, REA, and general fund. So we're talking about the general fund budget now. That's when I subtracted then the 2,100 for the backup, to be down to, what, 5,500 roughly.
That's who I'd like to see that refresh the sewer. We switched, we paid all that money and then we switched. What's the annual, there's an ongoing fee with the
Hold on.
sewer bill.
Hold on. Should have that budget with me.
Yeah, that was, just feeling for those people.
Oops.
Where it is.
The platform right now was so much easier, so much
Yeah,
more
yeah, so that was a
concise
good
and-
move. We just had to. But we passed some
Yes,
of that cost
yes.
on to them.
It's, so the current software support yearly for just the utility building, no
Mhm.
cloud, is just under $5,000. That's a huge savings.
It is a big
Compared
savings.
from where we were, I believe, wasn't Tyler like 17 or
Mhm.
something?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So.
17 to 19, somewhere in there.
Mhm.
So maybe, we're just circling back as we go into next year's billing for the sewer. Now that we've leveled out, your fee's 8 instead of 10. Tyler Tech was 19,000 a year or something, now it's 5. I'd just be curious to see how that looks, just like you did with regional planning. You kind of flushed everything out, cleaned it up, cut rates 5 cents, got money in the bank. I would like to just see that sewer. It's been something, since I've been here, we've been,
Sure.
it's a big deal.
Mhm.
Okay, anything else on this?
Back on the sewer portion, just so you're aware, and I understand completely what you're saying. The goal was not to impact any of the sewer payments or the folks paying.
Just try
that,
to, they have to
keep it-
pay, but
yeah.
to keep it.
The salary that Mark has, the individual monitoring things, he's only ever given him like a 3% per year, and that's budgeted in that.
But that was always
this
in
year.
there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He seems to be consistent with that.
Yeah.
So,
Hi, Judge.
with that, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Hey.
Does that help us give enough background on the cloud?
Yeah.
Other counties, I assume, you
yeah,
had
it's-
reached out, is that, I assume Wood County, if they.
They went right now.
Went to the cloud then after their debacle then?
Yeah.
They
Okay.
did comment that another county is currently under, like,
They had a
ransom.
threat.
Yeah, and they can't do they have to do their payroll just on an average of what the last,
I can't
forget what
recall.
county, we just talked about them yesterday.
Um,
The last 3 payrolls have just been an
I
average. because
I think
they're-
that's
Or
something.
what they were
Brent-
previous
That's
to
something
Yeah,
that.
for
because
Brent need to work on.
they can't get into their system right now.
Sure.
I'm not against it, Julie, but I'm not do it either. It's 19.5 a year, it's gonna go up every year. They're building data centers, they're building, these companies are multi-trillion-dollar companies. It's just always gonna go up. And I'm confused with ransomware versus storage. Okay, just because it's on the cloud doesn't mean Delta Airlines can't get hacked.
Right.
Okay, and then when you talk about, I'm storing the information on this server, or I'm storing it in the cloud, and now I need to retrieve it, I think, to me, that's 2 different things. I don't really know all that stuff, okay? That's 19.5, okay? Now, I'm not against it, but.
Well, and that wouldn't be
but
the impact.
I'm not for it this second either. Now, we have to make a decision, so thank you for that. We need to make a decision in 2026, I think, right? Because 2027 is your
End of
service.
life.
End of life, yeah. And I get it, they're holding that rate.
Yes.
And we can't, also, we call them in July of 26 is probably gonna be higher.
Could,
So we will let's revisit this.
So again.
That's my
when-
take
Yeah,
on it.
when
I'll
we
see what
talk,
everybody else says. That's kind of where I'm at.
when we talk about the 19,000, it's not gonna be a general fund.
Yeah, it would be
It'll
a
be-
portion of the general
Correct,
fund.
correct.
Yeah, and then I'd just like to see the sewer piece before we went ahead and passed a third of that on to the sewer. Where they're at. And that's a couple weeks away.
Yeah, with the billings just going out for this quarter, we didn't do an analysis on that. I was geared for general fund, I just happened to have their budget, but.
So we have 3 till 11. Back to you.
Okay.
Got the judge at 11, so
Yeah.
you're up.
So leases, that is primarily the copier, and that's
Right.
proportioned amongst the users, which would be REA and regional on that. Other expenses, did I jump too far? Travel, I kept it the same.
Advertising, yeah.
That's for the meetings, the conference. We just got back from the big GFOA meeting. Some great information that we need to push out on that. The big thing is, and I don't know what training you get on it, and I don't know, maybe Corsa. I'm sorry, I don't mean to take your time. But Corsa maybe has an education on how folks or departments should handle the First Amendment audits that are occurring in the state. I don't know if you're familiar with those or not. So it's when
Are we?
a,
I have not heard
That's
of
not
that.
for me.
I don't, if you want, Mike, did you have one? Have you heard about them? From the recorder's angle? So, for the First Amendment audit?
Or people are coming in and
Oh,
videoing.
yeah, where they come in
And
and
video.
demand, yeah.
So really, basically, they're coming in and videoing your
Yeah,
workplace,
yeah,
and they're
right.
trying to get you up in arms, and then you get on YouTube, and then, potentially public records, and then lawsuits, and da-da-da-da-da. So I don't know if Corsa has training on that. I'm gonna definitely educate my department. We talked about it a year or so ago, because Hancock County had just had one at that time. But I don't know if there's somebody better educated than me to
That's good.
talk about it.
Because I think it,
Yeah.
city police had that, and I think the health department even had.
Did they
guy
have
in
one
there with it,
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the last thing you want to be on YouTube.
Right.
with it.
Nobody YouTubing.
So, okay,
We
moving
have a
on.
court order on
You have
that.
court order on
Yeah.
that, yeah.
You're not allowed to in our building at all.
Okay,
And it's posted, and security knows it, and they can be thrown out if they try to, and perhaps even
More than that.
more than that. And we'll leave it at that. Yeah.
That's your building.
So we signed a court order, all the judges, with the consent of the sheriff and Stephanie Hicks, the clerk of courts. Can't have it.
That's good.
we put up signage to restrict, just because of the sensitive information in payroll for homestead, those kind of applications. But again, you just need to be comfortable addressing it. So, sorry. All right, so the other expenses, is that where I'm at? Did I jump too far?
Advertising, I think.
Advertising are just the things that are required by law, the same as last year. Other expenses that consists of the membership, the auditor membership to the CAO, Weights and Measures membership, the Township Association, gas for the Equinox, and then some other ancillary. So
That's good.
that's consistent with previous.
And then the vendor's license, that's something new this year, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's the state of Ohio doubled the application fee from $25 to $50. We keep 25 of it gets remitted to the state of Ohio for, is it drug? It's either
Everybody's
gambling or
licensed.
drug, one of those funds or groups at the state. So,
Just a quick follow-up, so maybe Julie, if you could get back to the cloud a little bit there, if you can just get us a little more info on that, and just kind of the breakdown by going to the cloud, if you could save on this part of it, real estate and sewer and stuff on that, what the savings is, the cloud costs and stuff on that. That way, that might lay it out a little bit clearer for us, rather, I mean, I did my chicken scratch here, but at least kind of have something a little more formal stuff with that, so that way we can see the cost, because if you do have this, you don't need that, because the cloud's got it, so that's,
Right,
Right, and,
I guess that's my question.
right.
yeah.
So
And
what
also-
are the benefits of going to the cloud versus not?
Yes.
And then we
like you
can
said, if
analyze
they
the
attack
cost.
you, can they attack the cloud also? I don't know that
Then we
answer
can go
either.
through the cost benefit, but I don't,
Right.
Yeah, so
Well,
we see
and
that,
it-
that note, yeah.
and it can be cost allocate, as a portion of the cost
And that's
allocation
good to
back
know.
to the departments.
right,
The ones that do get cost allocated.
fair enough.
Okay.
Good job.
And Brent, IT committee meeting is when coming up?
Yes, it has to come up soon. Part of it is, we need to get everybody together on understanding about the policy before I can actually even have it. But I think we're looking at probably about 2-3 weeks yet. So I'll send out an email within the next couple of days to you. I think you're also on it. I think Judge Alt,
Judge Alt was on
the sheriff,
Clerk?
Ivy,
it. Ivy's on it.
Stephanie, is that everybody?
That sounds right.
And then Tony, and I think it appears that it
He's-
may be
he's taking
changing,
over
that
for
I'll
me.
be replacing Tony on that, so. The only other thing is, if I didn't send you guys a copy of this, if there is an incident, as of September 30th in reporting, it needs to come here to go out. I'll just give you a copy of this.
I think I have the.
Yeah, if you,
it
you
came
should
out.
already have, I just wanted to hand everybody a copy of who came in. So that kind of tells you what to fill out, and then the last page is the auditor sheet, that Barb will fill it out here. And then another sheet will go to the, Ohio Homeland Security as well. So we have to have that stuff by September 30th. You've already done everything on this. If there's something else I need, I'll let you know.
So you reported, remind me.
Cybersecurity.
Corsa?
Yeah, of course,
Homeland.
Homeland and the state auditor.
State of Ohio.
Yep, that's.
You got it, state of Ohio.
Because that's, I was listening to the Township Association auditor paper this morning, talking about it
Yeah.
as well.
Hey, nice job.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ash.
Thank you.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
All rise.
Do you want it?
Can I put you all under oath? Right, Mike?
Sure.
Mike, would you like a water or anything?
I'm gonna sit across from the person with power.
Barb?
Who the boss is, yeah.
There's no power here.
I love the big print. It's good.
First of all, thanks for having us. I think it's a great idea to review budgets for everybody. And I'm not afraid, because I'm asking for less money than last year. How many people are you gonna hear say that?
Well, we don't know, Mike's, I think Mike is.
Yeah, that's easier to, yeah. he's
You're
got Trump
definitely in the
that.
minority.
Well, I'd like
Now
to
we
go
have Judge Shuffle.
through my budget.
The meeting's being recorded, not video, but audio.
That's fine.
Public meeting. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yep,
Because
thanks.
I'm asking total package, less money. Okay?
Got it.
Let me go through it. CPC 2, which is the 0201 line, is my civil and criminal divisions of the court, okay? And that, you gave me that amount, 166,831 last year. And I am asking for 179,328. The big one is salaries. And I'm asking for 3% increase on salaries. I've also asked for 2,000 more in supplies, and I must have travel expenses, and here's why. There's been a change that magistrates cannot do continuing legal education by Zoom. They have to do them live, and that requires travel. So it used to be we could do Zoom. The days of Zoom
Or
are
dwindling.
gone.
Yeah, they're-
I must go travel to conferences for continuing legal education. We have to have so many hours or we're in deep trouble. And those are done usually in Columbus. So there's travel expenses involved. And that could be hotel room, because my conferences are usually 2 to 3 days. our major one, our winter conference for Compleas. I went every year for 26 years. But you got 2 nights hotel, you got travel.
Yeah.
I do not charge for meals. So, anyway, I pay my own meal, because if I want a steak, I'm not gonna have anyone.
Tell you can't have
look at-
that, right?
On my budget, yes, but on your budget, I can't, so I don't ever charge for meals. I never did as prosecutor, and I have not as judge. So, those are the increases that you see from 166 to 179, are 2 things. A little bit more in supplies, travel expenses, and 3% increase. Now, my domestic relations is the 0204 line. There, all it is 3% raises. Everything else dealing with the office is under the 0201. Under joint services, that's for both Judge Alt and I always have handled that, even when Judge Kelby was there. That's a 0212 line. We've asked for $100 more in set supplies. The salaries of our jury commissioners, and we need supplies for jury commissioners. So $100 more. Everything else is the same, except for because we had to come back for indigent counsel, we've increased that. If you want to keep it 130, I'm fine with that. But there'll probably be a request to supplement later, which we did, and that's on the back page, and I'll get to that. We did decrease drug testing,
I saw that, 50,000.
50,000.
Yeah.
And I'll explain a little bit more on that. The rest is pretty much exactly the same as last year. Now, on the back page, we did ask for supplemental appropriations. We asked for indigent counsel at 50, and that's why I've raised the 130 to 150. But whether you keep it 130 or not is fine. I'm not going to object to that. Just know there'll probably be a supplemental request.
Later in the year.
Yeah, we have to pay indigent counsel by law. We asked for additional court fees, because Judge Alt had a number of jury trials. I did not increase that for this year, even though we had that supplementary increase. And then, we gave additional monies back of $70,000 to help pay for some of the things over at the parking lot and the fence and so forth. So as you can see, if you do the math, we are asking for less money on the front page, and we gave money back that is a surplus also. And there's more to be given back perhaps here in the next few months. And I'm working with Barb on that. Questions on any of that? I believe 3% is appropriate, and here's why. You're not there yet. You're real close. Social Security, which has indicated how much they're going to give as a CPI or an increase in Social Security, you're not there yet either. You could be there.
He's got a long way to go, and I'm just waiting to push the button.
And they're very conservative, as you can well imagine, with the Social Security Administration. They're not. They're 2.7. I got notification they'll probably be at 2.7. So I think 3 is very reasonable. I'm gonna ask for 3.5, but I think 3 is a nice figure, especially when the feds are going to probably get 2.7 on Social Security. Now, I don't have that written in stone because that comes out here soon, but I think that's pretty clear what's happening there. Anyway, questions on the budget? What we're asking for versus what we receive, decrease on some, a little bit increase on the other. Total net, less,
Right.
by 21, I think it's 21,000. 10,000 or something, I don't know. It's less.
So the 2 things, a side note, outside general fund, is the, how's the probation services going?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that. Thank you. Probation services, by law, you must fund the courts with whatever they ask for. You have no discretion. Our budget is $900,000, okay?
Mhm.
You pay nothing other than drug tests, which is in that line. Everything else is a grant that we get and receive. So our probation services is funded by a grant of $832,000 I'm trying to add the math here. 1.6
It's funded by.
600, 830 we get, and then we get another grant that covers
I'm
everything
happy
else.
with, it must be going
It's
great.
perfect.
It's been a year, over a year.
It's been over a year, it is wonderful.
He's going good.
It is growing really well. I mean, we had some changeover issues, but Barb worked well with us. I became her least favorite judge through this process, but I mean, what
I
we
know he
did
does.
was take 17 employees
Oh, it's mine.
that were Oriana House and made them county employees, so that is a lot of work. And then we had to find a location, and we did. Building owned by Dan and Nikki Ranke, who's leased to mental health, and we rent half of that building for mental health, the other half is male housing called Phoenix House. Our half houses Pivot, probation, pretrial services, PSI. All that, other than what's here, which we've had for years, is funded by grants. All Pivot is funded by grants, pretrial services, everything.
And anybody speak up that wants to? The Justice Center itself is what, 8 years old?
We went in 2018, March of 2018,
Around 8
so we're
years.
in 7.5 years, let's say.
I know you work with Barb and Ed on that. How, are we good shape with
Yeah,
maintenance?
I
and-
came up, yeah,
you
Ed
happy
has
with
been
everything?
great on everything, very responsive.
Yes.
We want to get our carpets clean, but we all agreed, let's wait till spring.
So you could
The
just have a
carpets have
mutual
never been
agreement?
cleaned in the building.
Okay. But
And
they're scheduled
if
and.
your house, you would go 8.5 years. And it'll be 9 coming up. But
But I
but
agree.
no
We
use
don't wanna
to-
do it now with all
Yeah,
the
you wait till
snow and
exactly-
ice
Exactly.
and all of
And
that.
Ed
coming in.
agrees,
Fall.
and he will
Yeah.
be talking to you, I'm sure, but we would like to do the carpets in the spring. We're fine till then.
Everything else, you good?
Yeah, other than carpets, the windows got cleaned, they look good. The weeds are all covered. We had the sheriff's crew plus probationers plus people on Pivot that had community service hours. The weeds got pulled very, very well and then sprayed by Ed, you know, the areas.
The concrete in the front, we took care of that.
We're working on that.
There's still.
I think the cone's still there, but maybe it
Yeah,
isn't.
we're
Yeah,
working
we're
on
gonna
that.
replace that, but you're good. Okay, I'm just curious of all those other things.
Yeah, and we're working on that generator sign. I think,
Yeah.
I didn't bring that, that's another topic, another day, but it will not cost the commissioners any new funds, let's put it that way. So we're still working on that with Klaus Construction. Other than that, other than a generator sign and the carpets cleaned, it's great. Maintenance has been great. We have no complaints, and we do have an issue. We give it to Ed, and he is very responsive. Very responsive,
Good to hear.
very responsible.
You agree too, Mike?
Oh, he's
Mike's
been
next, yeah, good.
Awesome.
I don't know how he has as many hours with all the buildings that, in the day, you know? But our building being one of the newest ones
I know.
is in great shape, and we want to keep it that way.
For sure.
We promised the public we would, and we are keeping on top of things, and when we have something, we get it to Ed right away, and he's right on time, fun to work with. He's always coming by and seeing if we need anything. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't have any questions.
And because of all our grants, we have so much in grants, we've hired Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, Tanya, to do all our grant reporting. And we meet monthly, and she gives the judges a printout of what we spent, what we got left. We go over it, see if we got problems. That's when we knew we had some things we could put in the grant, because we had extra money, because we started late, getting things rolling last year. And that's why we were able to move the 70,000 over. And I'm not saying that's gonna happen every year, but we got things rolling late, and we had some extra grant money that we could run drug supplies, some other things through there. So we keep on track of that monthly with Tanya. We pay that out of.
Indigent fund, if we need to balance.
If you
our
want to keep it
budget,
at
we wanna
130,
keep that, you're
again,
okay.
I got no problem with that, just
And then just-
realize
So
Yeah.
that they'll
Yeah,
probably
because it looks like they're
request
tuning
it
it down a little
somewhere.
bit too for reimbursement, so it might not be a
It's
bad thing, just leave it in there.
82%.
82, I thought it was
Yeah.
85, but
Yeah, we
yeah.
could leave it,
Yeah.
except if we have
Yeah.
to, like, if we get around and we're trying to find low fruit and just
CCAO.
make it balance,
I
right?
thought it was 82.
I thought it was 85, but whatever it is.
They keep
it's-
adjusting it because of
Hey,
the
he's
number.
got the fresh,
Yeah.
he got the report like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. But here's the issue. Our costs and indigent fees is based on how many jury trials.
Yeah.
The more jury trials, you're gonna have more higher expense with indigent counsel because
Yeah.
they have to prepare and then the trial, that's a lot of time. Then you have an appeal usually if they're found guilty, and that runs up the court professional fees, that line. Luckily, I think I've had only 2, or I should say luckily, as it has been,
From a financial
I've only had
perspective.
2 or 3 jury trials
Yeah.
this year.
Okay.
But Judge Alt,
Good
based on
shit.
his cases, had more, and
Good
that- that goes, ebbs and flows like a tide. You never know how many jury trials. We could be at 130 next year, or we could be asking you for more if you don't want to go with the 150. That one I'm fine if you don't want to go with 150. I just threw it in because I know we asked you for more.
So there is, just so you have a heads up on
Yeah.
that, they do have this House Bill 96, it creates a pilot program to explore a new indigent defense delivery module. So I can run a copy of that for you, just so you have maybe
Sure.
another potential for grant stuff on that. But yeah, it looks like it, supposed to be operational on October 6, 2025.
Were they doing
So-
only select counties for that, though?
That'd great.
For the time,
I-
I think for the time being, it was only select
But
counties.
it might be something to, yeah.
So we are also running we have a pivot attorney, which is best practices, Gina Grandillo, who sits in pivot, and she charges for us, we run that through indigent counsel. Because it gets us 80 whatever percent reimbursed, rather than paying it through some other fund, a pivot grant or something else, where we may not be.
Is your hourly rate like $75 or something?
It's fine.
Is that, you're good?
Yeah, she gets
Right.
75.
Okay, because it did remove the cap too off on that.
Yeah.
But we're,
But,
Yeah.
we have, you want to,
Yeah.
We haven't changed the caps, because quite frankly, the judges haven't agreed on the caps.
okay, so that's good.
Are we
No,
still
no,
having
I-
issues trying to get attorneys?
No, this is only for my court, I can't speak
No,
for
that,
any
and
of the
it'll
other
probably be the
courts.
same question to the other
Yeah,
judges.
but I have Gina Grandillo,
Mhm.
Sagan or John Kaler, Sagan's on maternity leave. I have Alex Smith, who's an out-of-town attorney. I have Tim Hoover, and then I use Drew Mahalik from Finley. So I have 2 out-of-town and 3 local.
Okay.
It's fine right now. Those
Okay.
5 have been working out just fine.
Good.
We have no issues I'm aware of getting an attorney.
Not usually.
No. But unfortunately, 2 are out of town. We just don't have enough in Tiffin. One's Finley and one's Bowling Green.
So you got, there's costs there.
What's that?
There's costs to get
Yeah,
them from
some,
there to
some,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
That we wouldn't have, but it's
Yeah.
all, it's good.
Yeah. Questions?
It's 82% for 2026, it is down a percent. from this year.
82,
82 is what it is.
That's still,
Okay. Ridiculous.
I think
it got as low as 40 one time, if I recall.
Well,
right?
yeah,
Long
right.
time ago.
When I was first of the auditors, it was 42%.
Yeah. So, and that's late in the year, so, or is that fiscal?
That's for the fiscal,
Okay.
state fiscal.
All right, So that could go down.
Mhm. It could change, yeah, it could change in March,
Yeah.
depending on where that fund balance is. So.
And the larger counties.
CCAO lobbied hard on
Bigger
that.
bills.
Mm-hmm.
CCAO, that's like our number one, always.
Discussion points.
Legislative point that they argue was indigent care. And so looks like we held our own, or maybe lost a little.
Yeah. you
Putting
know,
all kinds of.
For a long time, it was 50%.
Political
So
power
anything,
into it.
you get over half is
But
pretty
we're-
good.
yeah.
But it'd be nice if they funded all, but
Yeah, we'll take.
I don't think they're going to. They're gonna make you foot some of the bill. And we really do work on it. I mean, our attorneys, we watch the bills, you know,
Yeah,
and they know we watch the bills, and if I see a bill out of hand, I will meet with the attorney and discuss why it seems high, in my opinion, based on 47 years of experience. But they've been pretty good. What?
I
I'll
remember
quit that
I remember
47.
1982,
Yeah,
when you came. Yeah.
when you came. I was
You were already
already
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started. That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
IT stuff.
yes, we're working on that.
That's
We
good.
had a staff meeting.
So I'm gonna give you guys some information on that, because
Sure.
I've already started on a list
Okay.
for you guys. You guys gotta understand, this is like 23 different departments, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
needed to have this from everybody a month ago.
Yeah.
This is a massive undertaking for every department to need to do it, but we gotta do it. Right now, it's been me spending like 8 to 10 hours a day trying to get this organized. That's a list, wait, let me make sure of what I gave here. Nope, I keep that one, I'll give you that one,
Okay.
give you that one, I'll email it to you guys. So what that list is there,
That's two-page list?
Yeah.
it's the same. You guys
There are two
want
of
one? You don't need one, but I can give one of you guys one.
I don't know.
Okay, I didn't think you did want one.
We had a staff meeting this morning. We've been working on this for
You good?
I'm good.
a couple weeks. We will have it to you by September 30th. Or before.
So what I want is, I want it in that form, so I'll send that to you.
Okay.
Because that's information. we need.
Okay.
Because some of it is based upon what the auditor state would expect you to have, some of it has to do with what RCR, a technology company, would need. So if there's a problem with the computer, that they know about what it is, because
Now, can we send you just ours without the, some of this Judge Alts? Half of it's Judge Alts, half of it's ours. I can't control,
That one there is just
no?
common pleas.
I know.
Yeah, and
It's
it's
two judges.
one, yeah.
It's about 50/50
Okay.
here.
And
I
there-
can only control probably the top half.
Yeah, and that may be the case, I'm trying to think,
You-
he
you
sent
did
us,
it.
I don't think he sent us it
No, I
either.
haven't seen Judge
Okay.
Olds.
So,
We
I'll
can
send it on to both of you at the
Okay?
same time.
All right. But
Okay.
we can send ours in?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's all you can do.
That's-
yes, if you wanna separate it out,
Yeah, we'll
however you
probably,
want, I don't care, this is just what I can see by
I
using,
see, Brett, yeah.
using multiple
That's
different
It just
kind of
says
things.
common
Yeah.
pleas.
Yeah.
and if we can do it together, we will try to do so, but sometimes.
That's fine.
Whatever you get done, you send yours, and then Judge Ott can send his,
Very good.
and we can
So,
integrate the list.
so what happens is this has never been done, and we're trying to take, this is a list that Buckeye has that is considered common pleas. So I'm taking the information from this list, I'm taking the list from the auditor's asset list, trying to compare that stuff together, put it together, plus additional ask
And they're all
questions
different.
from everybody.
Okay.
So,
And we have just completed a complete inventory of everything we have, which we're
Yeah.
gonna send to you, Barb,
Okay.
here next couple weeks, for Corsa, for anything for fire, tornado damage.
Perfect,
okay.
I mean, everything,
perfect.
down to, yeah. Anyway,
Then
what's on the gray area? Go
Okay,
over
so
that with me. Brett.
the gray stuff was what was not on the list up above for,
It's not on inventory, or?
no, that was what the inventory list was, that was not included up above.
Okay, this is
That
stuff
was
that's
the
on
asset
inventory,
list.
but then not
Yeah.
on Buckeye's list.
Yes.
Okay.
We think there are some computers that may have been discarded,
Yeah.
or that we don't know about, or they may be sitting somewhere.
We just
nobody's using
deleted one,
And
didn't we?
if
Did we
you-
submit that yet?
I haven't submitted that.
We
I'm
got it.
gonna
If
go
you
do
Yeah.
that.
have way more computers or way less computers, fix my list. But the information on each section, that's the information I need. If there's questions on it, basically,
working on
like the user, who's using it, to the username and the system name, that's all stuff that can be found on each computer.
Yep.
We need to have that because that's not properly been documented in the past. That way RCR, if there's a problem, it can be traced back to the individual. So, and then the one last thing is, if you guys should have already gotten this sent to you, but that is just a report. If there is a cyber incident,
Yep. we got
that would need to be sent to us here. That way Barb can fill out the other incident forms.
Okay.
So if you want to copy.
Have we had
it.
any? We're not worried about it.
So, yeah, and
Effective September 30th, if there is anything, we
We
have
got
to
it.
be notified so that I can
We will.
notify
Yep.
Secretary of State, Department of Homeland Security,
For-
and,
we've been down
And-
that
and then we are-
Policy.
yeah.
if you guys heard, we were talking to Julie about it. We'll put together an IT committee here in the next couple of weeks, with Mike, to get the cybersecurity policy program approved to go to us to approve, and then we have to have that working by January 1st. So
You
that's
good?
really it.
Good.
Thanks, nice
Yeah,
job.
we're working on it.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think we ignored you. There's more to it than.
Oh, I know, there's a lot.
know there's
And
a lot to
and what
it, so-
what we
That's
discovered, just spent a little time on it so far, is there was a computer on my bench that I don't need. So we prepared the forms to delete.
Okay, and at the same time, all those computers that need to be disposed of, we're gonna do a collection location. It'll probably be out at the ag buildings. There's a building out there where the maintenance guys store some lawnmowers and stuff. We're probably gonna put them there, and then we'll have the IT disposal company come and collect them. They will then in turn give us a certificate of disposal, and they should be destroying the drives on those.
Well, we're gonna destroy our own.
Okay, perfect.
We
I'm
have
good with
to
that.
because of
100% good with that.
judicial. But so you'll have the, without the drive.
Yep.
The
But we do
software
not-
will be
I won't
destroyed.
even ask you how you do
Yeah.
that.
No, don't even
But-
ask.
but-
Don't even ask.
It's
But
cool.
what we don't want monitors, we don't want keyboards, we don't want that stuff.
No,
Just
just-
the computer component. If it's
Like
a
one that we're
laptop,
destroying, it's a laptop, so.
yep, laptop
It'll be
or
history.
the drive.
Good,
So you just signed something, you destroyed it.
yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, let us know. Through Bauer.
Nice job. Yeah, thank you. All great.
Just remember, less money.
You did great. So we are, just an update, this meeting's being recorded. We are in a public meeting for budget hearings. We had 4 scheduled today. We've completed the auditor and common police 2. Next, we have Board of Elections. So come on up, Jim, you're welcome. Mike, you're just along for the entertainment.
He's here now, he's here now.
Along for the entertainment,
He's
and
just here for the
it's great.
entertainment, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. Welcome. And, so we're recording audio of the meeting,
Okay.
not video.
Actually, I think there is video, because I think
Okay.
we changed the camera. So,
So, yeah, if I pick
Don't
my
pick your
nose.
nose or anything.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
you got your backs turned.
Okay, all right, we're good, good, good.
Okay, you're up. So I think our process pretty much is just to kind of go down the list.
Sure.
Just have a little
Yeah,
dialogue
just
back and
explain,
forth.
yep.
You can take us through, we have everything. You want to do, otherwise Barb, you can stimulate the conversation. I have some notes when we get to that point, we all just kind of speak up. Sure. Thanks. Okay, you're up.
You've got our submission. I did try to make sure I was a little more careful about balancing it so that the software is in the software, so we don't have to rearrange funds.
That's always good.
I get tired of rearranging funds because I have to move from contract services to lease or contract services to software to make sure that we're right, so I tried to make sure that those were balanced out. We do anticipate a few increases in the contract services line. It just is.
Do you know who we pay for those services?
Election system and software is going up.
Okay.
We're negotiating right now to see if we can't mitigate that by prepaying.
Okay.
Yeah, they have said that if we sign up and prepay, we will be able to use 2025 prices and not see the increase until 2027.
Yeah. So we're working to make sure we have enough in the budget line. If not, we'll come visiting, because the difference on the dailies for ES&S right now, they're out 4 times before every election. Right now, that's $19.75 a visit. Next year, if we don't do that prepay, it'll be $26 or $22.50 per visit. So that's a bunch.
So, just back up, so the contract services we're talking about, that going from 144 to 162, you
Yep.
said that's the election
Election system and software, Triad,
Knowing.
GEM, part of No Ink, although No Ink's also the lease on the poll pads. There's a number of contract services and vendors that we use.
And you said currently you pay 19
$19.75 a day,
okay.
or for the 3-day to get the vendor on election day for troubleshooting at the machines, and they are run hard on election day. And that's currently $54.75, that's going up to $62.50 if we don't negotiate into the contract.
but they're there for 3 days, the day before, the day of, and the day after election.
For reports, for
Everything.
everything, and for making sure all those machines are operating correctly on the day of.
That all of our accounts are sent to the Secretary of State, help us with all of our reporting.
Yep.
Okay.
And those are just necessary. Jem, who is our IT and cybersecurity experts,
We get a block of hours.
we get a block of hours, but with all the cybersecurity, we are buying more blocks of hours.
It took them 32 hours to complete the latest cybersecurity directive from the Secretary of
So
State.
we purchase our blocks of hour in 50 hours in a purchase. And when we first started doing cybersecurity, that was 2 50-hour blocks a year. And
We were
now
good.
it's
And I think it'll
a
go
whole lot
back.
more.
Without the directives, it goes down.
Yeah.
Just depends on how many directives.
What happens with the results of their work? Is it just reported to you, or does the state get
The
notified?
Secretary of
Oh, it's
State
there-
gets
there-
every
So
bit of what they
They're
do.
basically
Yeah, they're in communication.
doing whatever the Secretary of State wants.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're maintaining that, because we have a separate server, a separate firewall from the county.
So
We
this
go
would
through
be
the
done
counties, and then we go
every-
through ours.
Every election
Every year,
has
constantly.
to
Yes.
comply with the state cyber.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we have, you guys think it's bad. We have different testing that we have set up through Department of Homeland Security, ISAC. I don't know if you guys have gotten involved with MS ISAC and ISAC and all that stuff. We got SOC reports, we got all these other acronyms of reports that JEM gets because they can read that. If I got that report, I wouldn't know what it's telling us. And then they work directly with the Secretary of
Are you
State's
happy
office.
with them?
Oh, absolutely.
We've been very happy with them.
They are the reason that we get a grade of A with the Secretary of State. They, in fact,
It's good to hear, Brian.
they kind of hold Seneca County as one of the best counties for security. They're always ahead of the curve because of them.
Refresh my memory on the SUP app this year.
I believe that was,
What was that?
95 or $97,000 of it was a grant that we got from the Secretary of State's office, I believe.
We've gotten
To
a
run
number of
them?
grants, but yes, the big one was huge.
It was, yeah, and then the other was probably a smaller grant that was
Which will
received,
be an
so.
in and then an out.
Yeah.
Yes,
For the-
generally
And we
is, yes.
just had another grant come through, and we've got one that I'm depositing. That, the one we just got, you guys didn't have to buy our Windows 11 computers. Secretary of State gave us a grant for that, so. We have disposed of the old ones through GEM. I don't know where we're at in the forms, but, and we've got the new ones in place.
They're all done. I've got
Yeah.
the fixed asset tags from Tasha today.
We'll talk about that then.
Yeah. I just, this is a list of the grants that we have received from 2018 and the things that we have purchased with the money. I know sometimes it seems like we're a drain, but since 2018, including the money from the machines, we've gotten $1.2 million.
So we do actively pursue the grants that we can get.
And as you guys know, I will nickel and dime that grant.
Yeah, some of these you take the initiative to do, and then others.
Others come our way because they come our way.
State says, fill
Correct.
this out, and we'll reimburse you.
Correct.
So-
Secretary of State
Yeah, good
LaRose
job.
does
Yeah.
a very good job of funding things up front. Now, the ongoing cost of that stuff, like with JEM, there's no money for the ongoing, but the upfront cost, the state's done a very good job of.
That's what we see is creeping in this whole software world we're in.
Mhm.
Nothing goes down, right?
Nothing goes down.
Software, you have a license, it goes at Microsoft, it goes up.
Everything.
Yeah, all of them.
All those
Hardware licenses,
cybersecurity
software
programs and
licenses.
softwares that we have to
It's a
use
$1 trillion company.
keep going up, yes.
For a reason.
Absolutely.
Okay. You had a question, did you get yours answered?
Yeah, as far as, yeah, I guess a little more
That
breakdown
contract
on
services.
contractor services,
Did you-
kind of increase on that, sounds like it's
You satisfied
software and
with-
stuff with that.
So you were the answer.
What other,
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you got somewhat of a breakdown on, to come up with your 162,000, you have, how'd you culminate the number, I guess?
I like home as a number.
Yep,
I ran this from the auditor's website, said this is the expenses, because this is what we spent for the last 12 months. And I put the number down, plus the anticipated increases that we're gonna have from the vendors.
and that's what the vendors are all included in that.
Yes, all the
so-
vendors are right there on the VIP website. I had Chantel teach me how to get in here and print off what are we actually spending and what's it on
Right.
per vendor. And then I just did the math. Hit the calculator, you're welcome to the copy, I mean, it's right in the VIP system. It starts, there might be a paperclip in it for contract services, but it's every expense. We just get it line by line, expense by expense. So that's where I derive the number from. I just took the calculator and,
Mhm.
I guess my next thing would be on the software license and services line, the $42,000. What is that the actual whole pad software? Is that,
6,000 to 7,000, that's the pull pad software.
Okay.
You gotta pay that annually.
okay,
There's software licensing for that.
Triad.
There's Triad, that's 30-some thousand, that's the voter registration system.
okay.
And implementing that and coordinating that with the BMV, et cetera, et cetera. They handle, because we get voter registrations from the BMV now directly.
Okay.
And they're the ones that coordinate all that. That's free. Jim is in the contract services for cybersecurity. As far as actual
WatchGuard.
software, we have WatchGuard. There's numerous softwares in there for the servers, for the cybersecurity, for electionware, for Triad, and for various parts in there.
Are, how, of all these software licenses that you're paying for, are any of them elected? Did you decide you needed them, or are these mandated software?
All but one of them is elected, and it's less than 2,000 a year, and it is becoming required for next year, I believe. And that would be the one that coordinates with the other counties
Ballots.
for ballot sync. It's not required. But what it does is when we put in our stuff, or the other counties put in their stuff, it tells us, oh, Hancock County's got a levy that also you have to have on your ballot. We've got a levy that Wood County has to have on their ballot, so we don't have an oops. It's, the Secretary of
It's
State
used-
is
yeah.
strongly encouraging, but not mandated that way.
Just because like an election like this, we have so many overlaps with Sandusky, Hancock, Crawford.
Yeah.
Huron.
It's a good way.
All the way around us, and actually, we reached down to Delaware and Union County on this one.
Yeah.
With
It's kind of a
overlaps for
good
NCOESC.
CYA, because I believe this is why Carl got fired before.
Many
me.
years ago, the prior director to me got fired over missing one with Sandusky County.
So
And
it's
some
just-
people didn't get the right to vote. We would rather not have that happen again.
Not all counties are using it yet, but there is, Jim's right, there's a strong push, but it's a nice CYA for us.
Is there one? Yes, it's not an expensive
Did you
one.
get your question answered on software? I have a question on leases.
Sure.
Okay, so we go from 722, and I see your note, copier.
Copier's
So
only-
Let's break this down, yeah, so the copier's what?
7 or less.
$7,000,
400 a month or
and
less.
you lease it.
And we lease the copier,
So
and then
when
the
it
other
goes up,
lease is
you
the
lease
pull
another
pads.
one?
Yes.
So you don't, okay.
And when we had the pull pads, initially, we purchased them, and then we ran into a conference, we got into winter conference, and we're told we had to have them changed out by August, and we had to come to you guys. And then we jointly, our board and you, decided the lease was the way to go,
Yeah,
because it was less expensive over the same period of time, and if we have to abruptly change, we'll just lease the next ones.
so this is something that's gonna be reoccurring. Going at.
We don't know when the next, this Apple version
You have
is
to
no
pay
longer
this next year,
acceptable.
right? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it just, you don't have to be exact. How many of these things do we have?
55.
Yeah, 55 pull pads.
55,
Yeah.
okay.
We need one for each precinct, and then we have 4 extra in case one goes down.
They
It's
have
not
to
like
have
but, and I remember, I do remember what you're saying.
And that's unfortunately not by polling location.
Lion would have been.
Another 15, 20, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, if we bought them, and then they suddenly said, oh, we've got to get new ones because, and then we're stuck with them. And you have repurposed every one of those, thank you.
Yes, we have.
I see the green cases and I panic sometimes because I see people walking around
Well, we have-
and I see
They
the
were
green
stacked
cases.
here for a
Back
long
a long time,
time.
and I
Yeah,
did
like-
finally get all of them
The
reallocated.
Geico guy, that
Yeah.
lime
Right.
green.
And I see those going around with county, and I'm like, one of our, oh, that's the first generation, let it go, because we got the same green cases for the current ones.
Seems like everybody has to travel now, no more Zoom.
Yeah,
Is that what's going
Back in
on?
you
person.
gotta do back in person meetings for a lot of things in government.
Now, the extra machines, then, you said you got 55 poll pads, the machines themselves, how many? do
You mean the
have?
express vote voting
Express.
machines? We have 180.
180.
And that's done on a formula by the population. You can only have so many people per machine. And we just do the math.
So when we look at, this is a question for Barb too, and you gotta talk out loud.
Sure.
Okay, so, full year actual in '23, 677, full year actual, 691, this year, let's just go with budget, right? Full year actual.
So you'll go-
We're
you could-
trending to be,
You could go with
this, what, 680?
689 full year budget.
Nine. So, I mean, it's been pretty flat, right? That way. And then, am I looking, to me it drops, am I missing something? We don't have any raises in here, then it goes to 620. Am I missing something? So I'm looking at 4 years
I
of
did when I-
budget.
Well,
could,
you have to take into consideration that they received $135,000 in grant money this year.
Okay,
so
if you
that's how
take-
that jumped.
If you take that out, then this would be a presidential election, maybe.
Yeah, 24.
President, even numbered years are presidential or governor's years, they cost more. Odd numbered years are local, so we've got a myriad of them.
Which would be this year, but the reason it's up is because of those grants
Yeah.
and some of that. Okay,
And
so now we're
cybersecurity and
back
all
into
that.
an even
Yeah.
year. And it's
like-
not a presidential year,
It's a
but it's
governor's year.
lower than, it's a governor's year.
But now this
We had
year,
3 elections that one year, didn't we?
2 years.
2 years in a row.
Yeah,
Was that be 23, 24?
22, 23.
22, 23.
22, 20, yeah, okay.
And then,
I just look at
Although
the
the
big
state paid
picture.
for a lot of that third election each time.
then like this election, we're gonna have more expenses for the Advertiser Tribune because we have to run 2 ads per issue and the Advertiser Tribune, and those are legal ads, and they are outrageously priced. But now in the even years, we don't have that many local issues. But this election, we have, what, 11 or 12 that'll
It's
have to be
12.
noticed in the paper twice.
And
So,
each one of them has to have the full wording of what they
Of the
wanted on the
ballot.
ballot.
mhm.
Some of those are quite lengthy.
The Clinton Township. And they have 3.
They have 3 by themselves. Yes, we do charge back to them, and then the
Yeah,
chargebacks come back to you.
That's
But
true. I
up
forgot
front,
about chargebacks.
we have to pay for them. And then we get to do the chargebacks, and then Julie will take it out of their
If it
piece.
fails, do you charge, do they collect money? You have to
Yep.
pay either
It's on the
way.
ballot.
Yeah.
Curious,
It's charged.
I remember when the
Yeah.
EMS
Either way.
passed,
Yep.
we got the money, they took it
Yeah.
off.
But
But
if
I
it-
wondered if it failed.
If it fails,
Doesn't
That
matter.
trust-
county auditor still takes it off.
Yeah, township trustees have to come up with
The legislature is looking at one change, which will be complicated for the auditor, but I don't think it's there yet. Maybe it is. For local liquor options, right now, it's whatever political entity gets to pay for that liquor license.
So like the Renaissance, they got a Sunday liquor license a few years ago. The city of Tiffin pays for that. There's talk of them changing that to, if the Renaissance wanted to do that, they would have to pay for the cost. But that hasn't been,
It hasn't actually gone through the legislature yet, but it's
But
gone
that's
through
not
committee and
really-
it's out there, so.
not really much to
Yeah, just
affect your budget.
interesting to know that.
It still gets the money back to you. Either way, you guys, well, like, the general fund gets the budget back as
So
we
you do
chase it.
Charge back money.
And we can't charge back anything at the county election level or the state or federal election level. We eat those expenses. we have to divide those out, but we can't charge for them. But that's,
This year, we got Fostoria, we got Tiffin,
we got
Clinton.
every
Eden.
township, every school district, they're all in place, so
So you'll get a lot of charge, not a lot, but.
you'll get significant chargeback money back at the end of the year.
You're gonna, Brent's got some computer issues. Your building, your facility that you have, any issues there with
No,
it?
we are set up very well.
Are you
We love our
satisfied
setup.
with,
Could use indoor plumbing, but I don't think the county has the surplus to run indoor plumbing through all that.
Go down the basement and-
No, we are sitting
Are you
very, very
okay?
well. We do not have any big needs.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, we are,
We're actually sitting, the location as provided is awesome.
yeah.
We've got enough room to store everything. It's tight, but we got enough room.
Our space is good, the parking is good, all of our equipment is up to date.
It is a wonderful location, and I'm ever so grateful every day for that compared to when I started in the closet that is now part of the health department next door.
That was horrible.
Okay, I got
Have none, we'll go with Commissioner Frank, we'll
Real
go
quick
down,
here,
yeah. You're
So
up.
at CCAO a couple weeks ago, so they talked about, so the Ohio Elections Commission had been abolished, is what they said. Have you
The
guys?
Ohio Election Commission is gone. Campaign finance is now being reviewed and controlled under the Ohio Secretary of State's
Public Integrity Division.
Public Integrity Division, yes, which are former Ohio State Highway Patrolmen and FBI people, and they've hired a bunch of former law enforcement that are.
Ask Secretary LaRosa. That's
That
above our
would be
pay
his
grade.
bailiwick, but
Yeah.
Okay, that's-
it isn't, that
Oh,
commission
they're
is
saving money.
ending, so we will have to pay them everything for the filing fees from this election and this spring, and then after that, we will no longer be paying them, we'll just be collecting those fees until
Unless-
somebody else redirects the money to where it's gotta go, because I guarantee the state ain't just gonna give us that extra little bit.
Well, and that's, my next thing is, because basically it has here that extends the authority to the Secretary of State to reimburse counties for acquiring e-poll books and other equipment.
Mhm.
Next bullet point is, no funding provided, so, yeah, so stay tuned on that, that's what, kinda,
Yeah.
as things are evolving for,
And it's
next year and stuff like that, it's gonna be.
E-poll books are, the e-poll books have been a godsend for us, and it reduced errors at the polling location.
Oh, it's greatly reduced
I
errors.
mean, we have townships that have 5 school districts in them. So you may have a township issue, but then you have to give the right ballot to each voter for the right school district. Poll books just take care of that. You print a barcode, it tells them what township, what school district, and it shows up on the screen, and we don't have to worry about, did we give the right ballot to the right people, and are they voting for the right school? And accounting for all that. That is what the technology has eliminated in errors. It's been huge.
Plus the time.
And time for everybody to sort it out. But that was when I first got hired, and I've been here a little while now, but when I first got hired, that was a significant piece of the training, and there were still errors, because things got busy and the wrong ballot got handed out, people voted it, and they're gone. Now we don't have that. So that's
They're
been a
good.
big piece of making sure that we are one of the best rated boards of elections in the state of Ohio. We do our best to make sure.
Yeah. Back to you.
Yep, yeah.
Well, Commissioner Frank is good. Barb?
I'm good.
Okay, so Commissioner Bustecker has a favor.
I was gonna say,
He needs help.
I got your email.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you, this is what, down below is what I know that should be on the assets list from the auditor's office.
And
for
that's
you guys.
changed for us.
Probably drastically.
Just because I gotta keep it updated.
What I want is I need
Yeah.
this information across here.
Absolutely.
I will email you this, so you can just use that as, your Excel
I got it.
breakout.
I already
Big
got
thing
it
to
all.
me, yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. The biggest thing is, for us, we need to know what's in the network. What's in the network. Outside of that, I know you guys already use GEM in a different direction, whatnot, but you gotta keep everything on file. You already know all this.
Yeah, we-
Yeah, we've been
I
there.
know you guys got this down better than I do. I know. I talked to you guys about it multiple times already.
It's a lot.
I'm just going through it with each one whoever comes in.
You sure?
because Not everybody's giving me the
Well-
information I need, and we need to get it done.
A lot
And
of
knowing that you guys do your own cybersecurity, but if there was ever an attack, we still have to be notified, even though you're gonna
Absolutely.
notify the secretary, you're gonna
Did I
notify.
give you,
who
did I send you that
notify.
sheet too?
We
There's
have a cyber.
There's an
I know, we have a
form
different
we
one.
have to fill out, yeah, so anything that you would come across would need to come to me,
If you can send that one to Barb.
because I have an additional form that I have to fill out.
It probably was yours. I probably
So-
modified it.
I have to fill out.
Plagiarize, we plagiarize.
Dude,
No, we do not. We
We
do
do
not
not
break-
reinvent the
we do
wheel.
not
We work
reinvent-
smarter, not
exactly.
harder.
Well, and then we have to charge.
Then I have
to-
fees for
I have to
certificate.
then contact other state departments as well.
Absolutely.
So.
Has to.
We get
have
it.
to get everything.
That is something we have been dealing with since
And
what,
it's
20
expensive.
19 or 2020?
And it's complicated. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is, it's very, it is gonna be a lot, so.
And it's a huge learning curve to get through all that.
And yeah, if we can do anything to help you guys out, let us know. We've been there, we've done this, we're doing it.
Now, have you guys done your own disposals then?
We, JEM disposes based
Okay.
on the security directives that have been put out by the Secretary of State. They
I know
determine.
you guys are a little different than the rest of us, so.
And then they get back and they certify everything. and-
Disposal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep, they handle that for us.
And RCR is doing more or less the same for us.
Good, good.
And it's critical that all that gets disposed of properly and certified.
There's been a number of computers, we have 4 of them sitting here, that are going to go to that disposal pile,
Sure.
so.
Good. Anything else? You guys, you good?
Nothing that
Appreciate
we
you
have.
coming in.
All right.
Thank you.
Let us know, you know
That's
where
good.
we're at,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's great.
Hey, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, have a good rest of your
So
day.
I'm going to, we're gonna take a 2-minute break. Then we will invite Recorder, you come on up, you're next. Have a
You've been so
seat.
patient.
But, it's break time. Thank you.
I got your email. The only thing different about mine is that.
How we doing, Dwight?
Chris calls
See ya.
third party.
I decided not to ask anything here because I didn't think that would probably
That's
fit in.
the
Well,
nice
yeah,
part
no,
about
that's up to you, yeah.
But,
third
I
party
think
software is they
what we may do
supply
is they bring
the
information,
hardware,
get details
software,
from them,
disaster recovery.
because they didn't have the details
And
here,
it all
I don't think.
is.
Yeah, just, yeah, get what, if you need further breakdowns, that, yeah, they would have that. All
right, thank you.
Sounds good, yep, take care, yep, see, take care, yep.
So.
Do we have public comments or we don't?
Well, yeah, good, I mean, this is
Yeah.
kind of a, you know, it's been a while since we've done that, kind of a working, so, I mean, yeah, if you guys want to say something.
Do I have any
That's
public
good, that
comments?
way it's just ones we won't have to
No.
do, because I think.
No,
this was
not
pretty
I guess
simple.
not.
Okay, all right, very good.
Okay.
Yep,
Learning
see.
curve here too.
Yeah, you bet, yeah, this
Good
is,
to see you all.
yeah, take care,
And
bye.
again, where I'm at with it, I'm taking multiple different lists, trying to juggle, say, do you have these, do you have these, do you have these? Delete the ones that aren't, if you're missing something, add to it, and give us the username, the user,
Yep.
the machine name, and, you know, the technology that's involved. And if it's updated to 11, we just need to have it that on file, pretty well the way I have it laid out. That way we can, you know, if there's ever an incident, it leads all the way back to the individual.
Right, because you want to see exactly where that breach
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, that's the only way you can fix it,
Right.
is you find where it's at.
Yep.
So, you made that easy.
Well, and I have disposed of computers, not too many of them. And what I always did was I took the hard drives out, good, bad, or indifferent. I took them home and smashed them all.
Well, I think a lot of
And then
times,
brought 'em back.
the guys will take
Disposed
a drill and drill through the hard drive.
Yeah.
And then if it's, you know, it has to be properly disposed of, certification.
Right.
And
This was long before.
I think all your stuff, all his stuff falls under general, doesn't it?
No,
Oh, it doesn't?
he can use his technology, he has a couple different funds that he can use, at least one that I know
One.
of. Yeah,
Yep.
so, not all of them
And if
are-
it falls under general fund, and it can be disposed of, maybe to the disposal disposal dates that we have or whenever. Or what we'll do is we'll end up having probably the maintenance guys possibly pick them up if that's how we have to do it.
Well, that always bothered me in the past though, too, was,
Have
I
someone take them.
mean, maybe not for
Hey, you
me,
always-
so much sensitive information on it, but
What you're doing is probably the best thing, is if you can go home and destroy it.
Smash 'em.
I'd
You know that
smash
you-
it, I'd put it in a vise and just crush it.
It gives you some entertainment.
And then I bring it back.
Can you dispose of this now?
But you know, it makes sense, so if we wanna have a cybersecurity policy and try to manage all the possible breaches that can happen, the hardware has to be, we have to know what hardware we have.
Right.
It has to be all.
I thought I had everybody, all the actual name of
We may be better.
the
than
individual PCs and the
I can't
users
remember.
on it.
Yeah, if you can do it the way that I broke down, that way I had.
We got three lists and
departments.
they were completely different.
And I listed
You know.
everything, I put, because all the copy machines are on the
Yeah,
network
yeah.
and all
I mean,
that.
technically, I mean, I guess if they have
Get access to
Wi-Fi
that.
access, they probably do have value to be on the list.
I mean, you always hear about somebody coming in through something
through a printer.
stupid, yeah,
Yeah.
Right,
but.
right. How many years you been doing this? On your side?
9?
Yeah, I'm in, really.
I was elected in 96, I got in,
yeah.
97. Started in 97. I didn't even bring a copy of my budget, that's how prepared I
It's
am.
a change.
Right, you say that.
No, I mean, I can tell you line by line,
We never, I mean, if there's a sup app, it's because he
He
didn't
needs
do
it.
some math, or he definitely needs the money.
yeah,
It's
and
not-
then with the PERS, I don't know what.
I don't know what
I
happened
did
with that
there.
either.
But when payroll called me and they're like, you don't have any money left, I'm like, what?
I don't know if there was a.
Do all those ones
number-
down there, those don't actually have users, those are public use?
That's the actual name of them.
Okay.
But yes, I have 5 for the public to use.
Okay.
That's how they access.
And then they don't get tagged because they're not owned by the county.
Correct. Because when several times, they swap everything out every 5 years, which is
Yeah.
nice too. But they've left PCs there that I've given to other departments because they're not county owned, but they don't want them back because they don't want to ship them back.
Yeah.
And the one year I gave one to Patchworks House, I think. And I think I've given a couple. There's different departments that, these were newer than what they had.
Yeah, just double check to make sure that everything is on there's curtain. If it's not, delete off what's not needed to be. Yellow's the ones that are,
flags.
well, yeah, they're Windows 10.
Yep.
So, and if they're in your department and they can be updated by somebody,
There is 2 of them updated by themselves,
Well,
which belong to them.
it may be
somehow.
new enough. It may be new, and that's good in reality because the charge to have the company
Oh,
we're dealing with for this to do it, it really is, because it's really not much work.
Right.
But the problem is if they have to drive from Findlay here and they have to wait on staff using it, and if they end up spending 3 or 4 hours, $100 an hour goes pretty,
Oh, yeah.
pretty expensive quick. So they base it upon that thinking, and if we can do as much as we can in the county ourselves, we need to.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because we have them all here. Right now, our office is done besides the computers that need to be replaced.
Mhm.
Because we have your 2 computers and 2 laptop surfaces, just 2, right? Just 2 that we need to swipe out.
Actually, that one real old one, that still has a hard disk drive. It's not a solid state drive. I don't really need it, and it's old enough that I can just can it if that's gonna help. So,
It probably does. Anything that is really not realistically usable, just,
we used to use it a lot because the public would come in and they would use it to access auditors and the clerk of courts. But since I've upgraded, not me, but the company, we can get that on any terminal, public terminal in the office, so I don't really need it, so.
It's just, it is part of the network then.
It's on the network, yeah.
So that would probably be
Yeah.
good.
So when you want to send out bitch emails, you go down and you hop on those computers and send them out from there then, so. they-
Well, see, that's the problem. Before,
That's a
I'm
good
going
thing.
out there and all of a sudden I'm like, what the hell's on this? You know, it's like blue and gold. I'm like, wait a minute.
So we,
Somebody from the public.
Sure, right, yeah, that was,
I really don't have any questions.
well, one of the things we did drop about a little bit is just maybe insurance update and stuff on that, just
Yeah.
employee and stuff on that.
Yeah, so we,
got to-
yeah,
bring
I
that up.
was gonna tell,
Quick witness that with the judge.
yeah, I forgot to bring
We
that
talked
up.
about that.
Been making sure you got your piece.
I know, I
of that.
appreciate it.
I forgot to bring that up, but, boy, just the general fund impact, you ready, is over 300,000.
Mhm.
And employees, we're holding our own. It's 85-15. Employees will pay 15%.
Right.
But the employee share is going up.
Is going up.
11%.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
And so
We're holding
is
our own. Yeah.
All my staff, all three of them.
They on it, they know, yeah, so the word
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah.
Are you, how about your building? Did we get things resolved there?
I mean,
Short
yeah,
terms
you
are
know.
working okay?
Has been, I mean,
That's,
really very knowledgeable, you know, not used to
so you're happy
running
with
into them,
it?
hey, when you get time, usually even like, when you get time, can you check this? And,
He finds time,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so.
Well, we're just trying to get, we've
And I
had so
like-
many
I like where he's
surprises,
going with
you know?
what he's doing in the building too, as far as like, even if it's just the elevator and that, we actually have smoke alarms now. And so, you
Okay.
know,
Good, no issues there,
what matter anyway.
yeah. Well, we just want to know. Well,
Well, it
we don't know.
would,
what we
yeah,
don't
we
know.
had-
It would matter
We're just
because
trying to-
that's just kind of where we're
I
at
had
with.
laughed when Judge Hill said, you will let your house go 2 years without having your carpet shampooed. Ours went for 19 before they cleaned.
Yeah. So it's.
But we got them clean.
So you're so happy, and your
Just
ducks are
exciting.
clean, and
Yeah.
well, we're just trying to
It's
stay
fine.
ahead of and
I understand.
manage and plan, and
Actually, that's what I like about Ed too. He's being more proactive than reactive. So,
good.
you know, if he sees a problem, he doesn't wait until it's so bad that, you know, now you're spending more money than if you would have to get the thing fixed, so.
And speaking of your staff, you've had them forever. They've been
Pretty
with
much.
you, yeah, a long time.
The newest one,
Yeah,
5 years maybe,
okay.
but no, they
It's
just,
just a long time in today's world.
yeah, yep, and they're really good. I mean, they're all knowledgeable and, I mean, that's the bump is them. There was a little bit for my supplies because we don't use the copy machine a whole lot like we used to all the time. But now, since everything is pretty much imaged, it's toner cartridges and 250 because I try to buy the,
Recycle, the repurposed
yeah,
ones?
I use coupons from Quill when I buy this stuff. But they went from like 250 to 375 bucks, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Give them the razor, sell them the blades.
Yeah,
That's exactly what
exactly.
that is.
But they're
Yeah,
100%,
buy the ink,
and I
they make it on the
do
ink.
try, they gave us leeway in my, it used to be strictly for equipment. I try to utilize that fund as much as I can, because we need a large format copy or scanner. I purchased that out of this equipment fund. They finally started letting us use it for, if you, stupid thing, use it for technology, you can pay some wages. What isn't using technology now in any office? So I've tried to use that as much as I can if I want to give them a little kick in salary, so
Got a little slush.
a little leeway.
So The other fund, your equipment fund,
Mhm.
then that comes based off of the fee, some of your recording fees.
Right, we can take from $1 to $8 for each document we bring across. But if we take 8, we have to give the commissioners $1 off it.
So
It's always, mine's been set at 4 since,
Okay.
as long as I can remember. There is that new Senate Bill 96 where all the recorders in the state are gonna have to have everything we have online. The biggest part we had was there was a big chunk of mortgages that I didn't have imaged. I went ahead and paid for that out of the equipment fund. The biggest problem now, before I'm completely compliant, is we have to go through and redact all social security numbers. And we know from the first mortgage boom that the banks would have a line right below your signature that put your social number. So there is a program. If there's any cost, I don't think there is, because we're gonna do it. It's not lights out, have them. It's a program that looks at every image looking for any 9-digit numbers, and they'll pop up. We have to sit there, yep, we wanna redact that. No, that's a mortgage amount, or whatever, it was 9 digits. So once we get that taken care of, I'll be totally compliant for that. It's pretty much there now because a lot of my old images are already available online, and the indexes are there.
Do you have anything out at the data storage center?
No,
Or thing? Yeah, I remember talking to you early on. You were kind of ahead of your time, imaging everything, scanning.
it took me
But you were-
15 years,
Yeah,
but
you were working on that.
yeah.
Okay.
But you still got some archive stuff in the basement there.
Oh, yeah, that's stuff that,
that's
I
kinda-
mean,
The good old
Yeah,
stuff.
that's right. Yeah, there you go.
they're permanent records. I'm really not supposed to dispose of them. I think there's a loophole that I've heard some of the larger counties use since they have it imaged. But there again,
Yeah.
And I will say
It's not
to
hurting
that
anything.
comment, the prosecutor have asked about that, as long as it's imaged, that is an original
I know.
document. So,
it just kind of scares me that, I mean, it does and it doesn't. It's just like we used to have to microfilm everything.
right?
They finally recognized, which I did use, and I used the equipment fund. We don't microfilm now, it's all stored in the cloud, and it is the cloud, it's not hosted, it's AWS. And there's a complete copy of my whole office on the East Coast and the West Coast, which is through a third party. And I said, what happens? And they said,
Amazon, AWS.
if the cloud goes down, I'm not gonna have to really worry about my stuff.
Do you have, so the Board of Elections is in, they're talking about Secretary of State Columbus. Do you have anything that you have to do with Columbus? Or
As
there
far as-
just your?
Oh, my training and that?
Recording,
As
as
far,
a recorder,
any
do you have
directives
any-
from the state that says you have to do certain
Yeah,
things?
you have-
Oh, it's stupid housing trust fund.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
and see stuff like, I don't want to, like, just maybe help us understand that a little bit.
Okay,
You follow state guidelines
Right.
locally, but are you involved with the state all the time?
I mean,
Certain things?
yeah, I mean, our association, always, they're real good about getting everything,
There you go.
all of our legislation and everything we need out that we have to follow.
Okay, but then locally, it's up to you to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay. You just fall under county auditor
Mhm.
and everything locally. right?
Yep.
Okay. Back to what you said about housing.
Housing trust fund.
Trust
This
fund.
is
Yeah, we'll
years
explain
and
that
years
to
and
them.
years ago. It was for low to moderate income housing. So
Okay.
basically WSOS. They were funded by the state and they got $39 million a year. They were looking for permanent funding for their department. They went to everybody. They tried the commissioners, probably tried the commissioners too. They tried the clerk of courts, they got rid of them. Auditor got rid of them. Somehow they got on our back. They doubled our fees, but I send.
To be used to fund their,
I send that 100% to them every quarter. And if I make a timely quarterly payment, we get 1% back.
it was a lot of work for you.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you should see the amounts I send them. For Seneca County, I'm thinking, what is Franklin or Cuyahoga? It's gotta be millions.
Hmm.
But what's funny is, all of a sudden, once they got on our backs.
Is that kind of baked in the law, or is that just
Oh,
a
yeah.
contractor? Okay,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I see.
But they saw us in the first mortgage boom, we were bringing money in hand over fist. 'Cause everybody was refining.
I see now, yeah, they took their fee. I saw that fee up.
Yeah, because then when it dropped off, we heard that, well, they weren't even keeping track of how much we were sending them. And I think it was the Morrow County Recorder at one time. She didn't keep it, but she escrowed it, and she quit sending her money in. Because she would call down there and want to know how much did Morrow County send. And they couldn't tell her. Well, after 3 years of not sending it, they finally, because once the boom died down, now they started to see what they're bringing in. And yeah, they finally found out she wasn't paying it in. That's how much money they were raking in. Didn't have to care about it.
I am, I got nothing, so. Yeah, are you satisfied with all your?
Yeah, just,
Stuff on
you know,
computer?
if you can just update that and
Yep.
make sure that all those were on 10 and.
Absolutely.
I mean, we appreciate
It's
everything
really
you
it.
do, it's good.
Oh, thanks.
Definitely when you're getting
Yep,
them
oh,
from
good. Yep.
a third-party source, I would make that call and say, hey, you guys gonna update these?
Yes. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's probably a big thing.
Actually, after lunch, that's what I'm gonna do, so.
If this was the old days, we'd be going golfing now, it's Wednesday, right? Like everybody
Maybe
closed.
you would.
And then your father-in-law. And just keep that on file.
Is he a golfer?
My father-in-law?
Yeah.
No, he's a farmer.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't golf
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
He worked all the time. He worked 46 years for the county engineer.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So, heavy
I
equipment.
met your dad, I met.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your dad, he golfed.
He
That's what I
tried.
meant. Yeah, like all those attorneys close at noon, right?
Yeah, a lot of them did.
Not all of them. Okay.
Well, I
It
still-
was like an unofficial holiday.
Well, we still have some OG attorneys that come in. And remember when we were open till 8 or 9 o'clock, like on Monday nights? But we'd be closed like Wednesday afternoon.
Always closed Wednesday afternoon.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
And just keep it. and
Yep.
Every
Okay,
year,
yeah, so we'll
update,
just
or,
close it,
you know,
yeah.
update as it goes, just keep a running tally on them. And if there's changes, it gets sent on to us.
Commissioner Franker, just remind me, I'm gonna formally close the meeting.
Oh,
If that's okay with you.
No problem.
Thank you for that reminder, as we just kind of chatting here. So this concludes the budget hearings on Wednesday, September 24th with the Seneca County Board of Commissioners. And then our next meeting will be Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, where budget hearings will continue. Thank you.